All right, we're going to start the program tonight, and we're going to start out with the lighting of our candles for the candles for the past, present, and future members that we've lost. This year we lost our life member, Cathy Price. Alrighty then. Chief's report we're going to start with. We had a total of 194 calls last year with 773 man hours. We had 8 fire calls, 130 EMS calls, 4 hazardous conditions, 17 service calls, 15 good intent calls, 18 false alarms, and 1 special induct type, whatever that is. I don't know. Where is he? Brian. Then we're going to go to the service pins. And if you guys, what I name your name, if you would come up, please. 5 years, we have Megan Stiles. And we also have a certificate of merit from Assemblyman Steve Hawley. And Jayden Eck, come on up. For 5 years, Jayden Eck. Shane Hale, 15 years, and Dillion Hale, 15 years. I'll give you both of them, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. All right. And I think that's it with that there. Oh no, we got another one here. Too darn. Jim Mallory. 70 years of service. If Steve Hawley wants to come up. 70 active years of service. Steve Hawley's here somewhere. Steve, if you want to come on up. You still eat? Yeah, I know it. What's your mouth?
Can't get through. Can't get through.
It's good place to listen.
So I have an official New York State. I have an official.
New York State, is that better? No longer are they gold on the top and the bottom. We ran out of gold and we're after running out of money because people are leaving the state, but I'm not going to talk about that because you haven't left the state. You joined the fire company when you were obviously 2 years old. And you served 70 years with distinction, and you're still doing it to this day. Trying hard. I asked if you were still driving, that's what insurance guys do, and they said, oh no, not at all. So we do have this citation, it's not too long, and even if it were too long, I'd want to read it because of the service that you provided for this community. It's laudable, it's applaudable. Applaudable, yeah, that's one more time. Whereas this legislator has the privilege to recognize and pay tribute to individuals who have displayed a deep commitment to enhancing their communities and improving the state of New York. And whereas this legislator is proud to honor on this 20th day of January 2024, James Mallory, aka Earl. Not too many people know that. Good. Ask him about Earl. Dedicated 70 years of service to the Corfu Hook and Ladder Company, #1, and the people of the village of Corfu. Whereas upon joining the Corfu Hook and Ladder Company, #1, James, or Jim, or Earl has repeatedly demonstrated courage in the face of adversity when performing life-saving duties, from putting out fires, large and small, responding to car accidents. James has become a model firefighter and is a positive example for his community. And whereas firefighters do more than protect their communities, they educate the public on fire prevention, teaching people practical ways in which they can save themselves from danger by avoiding it entirely. James' work to provide fire prevention helps keep our community safe. And whereas this legislator is very pleased and proud to have this opportunity to recognize James Mallory for his positive example of sacrifice and devotion on behalf of his community. The citizens of the village of Corfu are better off because of his work with Corfu Cook and Ladder Company number 1. Now, therefore, be it resolved that as a duly elected member of the State Assembly of New York, I humbly offer my praise and gratitude to James Mallory. Congratulations, thank you for your service, 70 years and counting. Congratulations.
We're going to see you up here again, trust me. All right, we're going to go to next one's most training hours. Goes to John McCarthy. Come on up. And all you EMTs out there know that how much work it is to be an EMT, and he just got done getting his EMT also. So, congratulations. Thank you. Okay, for most calls this year, I don't know how she did it, but Cathy Skeet had most calls at 109. Why is that? How she did it? It was like monthly, but she still gets most calls of 109 calls. Thanks, Cathy.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's quite an effort to do, especially some of the calls she is. She's the chief there. She's the EMT there. She's fire police there, because she's the only one that's there sometimes, a couple times this year. So thanks, Cathy. It's tough. All right, let's go to the top 6 responders this year. Jayden Eck with 74 calls. Bruce Fouth with 79. Matt Lenhart with 80. Jim Hale with 82. Cathy with 109. And myself, I had 115. And let's go right to Firefighter of the Year. This person's always at all events that we do. She's one of our top responders. I just gave it away. She's got 34 years of service. She's in charge of the Sunshine Committee. And she is, I can say, the best mother-in-law a guy could ask for. And that's no lie. Cathy Skeet. Thank you. Well deserved. What was that? That's only my cup.
No, it's tipped over.
That's all right. Alcohol abuse. All right. Let's go to, okay, told you, Jim, we're getting you back up here, so. Let's get a chair, grab my chair there. Jim, come on up and have a seat. We're gonna have you stand very long up here because I've got some spiel I gotta get to everybody here. All right, as I said, he's still responding to 25% of the calls, and is also he chairs the Fire Commissioner Board for Commissioners. Jim does. I want to go back to 1953 when you joined. Was that correct? 53? All right. You joined the fire service, and this is the way it would go as a firefighter in 1953. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of talked to somebody who kind of knew about this stuff. Bruce, thanks for all your help. The alarm would sound. Jim would report to the fire hall, call the operator to see what they had. Then they would write the call on the chalkboard for the other members responding would now know where to go. Then Jim would put on his coat, boots, and helmet. Tyler, you out there?
Not making no 2-minute drills of this.
All right. This is what he would put on back in the day. This is what you call a breathing apparatus of some sort. We're not quite sure what kind. And he'd have his protective helmet on, which is, if you want to call it a protective helmet. And then he'd have his handy little flashlight. Am I right so far, Jim? All right. So that's the gear that you used to use. And then he would jump on the back of the tailgate and ride on the back of the truck to the call. So, I mean, that to me is just amazing if you look at that apparatus that he's got on there for breathing. And you knew you were in hot fire when your ears got hot, correct?
That's right.
You got out when your ears get warm.
Took it off and it started tasting like orange peels.
Yeah.
Those coats, they were rubber coats and they're awful hot.
Yeah.
And at a fire, most likely why someone turned a hose on you to keep it cool.
Nice. Then after the call, they would go back to the hall, and back then there wasn't a lot of money, so they didn't have pizza. They had bologna sandwiches, because all of our firemen know what pizza and wings are like. Well, back then they couldn't afford a pizza because it was $1.50 for a pizza, and they didn't have wings back then. Just so you know, no chicken wings back then. And in 1953, just a little stuff that you could do in 1953, which is a little bit more now. Some departments like Pembroke and Darien know. I don't think they paid $13,500 for the new truck, but that's what you could buy a new fire truck for back then. $13,500 would buy you a new fire truck. The fire department had one air pack. Now, how are you going with two guys with one air pack? I don't know, but that's what they had, one air pack. They had one radio, one portable radio, correct? I don't know who you talk to on the portable radio. Who do you talk to when you only got one portable radio?
Well, each department,
You had one portable radio?
they had one radio in one truck. One,
Portable.
no, they did have a portable, but each department had one truck that was equipped with a radio.
Good with the radio.
They can't hear.
Right.
Each department had one truck that was equipped with a radio.
That was it. They didn't have no radio communication much to speak of back then, correct?
That's right.
So, and just a little appreciation for the fire department, Jim. We're gonna give you a gift card, take your wife out, and also a plaque for 7 years of service. Thank you very much, Jim. And then we got a little plaque show over there. Oh boy, just get nervous now.
Well, if you don't know, Jim was chief back in the 60s, right, Jim? Back in 64? So you're going to see Jim this day, back in 64.
No, mind you, this is 1964, so this is after Jim, you already been there for how many years? 10 years there. This is a picture of you right here. So there he is. There comes Jim. Look at him. Walks the same today.
Jim, you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like that.
Just like who's yesterday.
Old engine 4.3. I don't know if anybody else knows anybody else in these pictures or not, but.
I was just checking to see if I put them back.
we probably do.
Funny,
There's Howard taking pictures.
paid $22,000.
They paid $22,000 for that truck. Oh, there's Cliff. One of our past.
Doing a pump test.
What year was this?
64.
64.
I was 3.
All right. Well, you're getting ready. Howard. I don't know, were you chief at that time, Jim?
Yeah.
Jim, were you chief at that time?
I don't think so.
No, okay. There they are, that's when they used to ride in the trucks.
That was firefighting.
That was firefighting back then, can't do that no more. They go off,
Especially in the wintertime.
yeah. But it got cold, didn't it, Jim?
That was state of the art.
There you go. That was good. You're good. All right, thanks, Justin. All right. We had a big event last year. We had a wedding. A couple of our members got married last year. And Dillion Hale. Hey, thanks, Dylan, because her last name I could never pronounce. Now I can pronounce it, buddy. They had a beautiful wedding last year, and congratulations, guys. They're also my EMT captains and lieutenants, and they do a fantastic job. I'd like to recognize a couple of our new members, some of our new members. This year we have Nick Burst. Where are you, Nick? Stand up, buddy. All right, I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. That's Nick. We drafted him from Akron. He's an EMT, already came interior qualified, the whole 9 yards. That's what every fire department's looking for right there. And then we got Wesley Cliff up here. Stand up, Wesley. He just joined. He's going to become an EMT, correct? He wants to be an EMT, and he's going to be all of the above. You don't like it or not. Hopefully. Oh, yeah, we're going to make it that way. Joseph Jackson. Where are you? Joe? I don't think he's here. Okay, he's not here. And our Mackenzie Moretti? No, Mackenzie's married now. Son of a gun. Mackenzie Cansdale. Stand up, Mackenzie. Embarrass yourself for me. And also a junior member, Miley Hall. I know she's here somewhere. Stand up, Miley. One of our junior members. All right, and I got some special thank yous. First of all, the fire district. Thanks, guys. Justin Rodlin, Steve Rodlin, Bruce Fowles, Jim Mallory, and Jim Hale. Thanks so much for everything this past year. It's so easy working with these guys. You guys don't even realize it, man, how lucky that we are in this fire department to have these guys at our head, man. They're just unbelievable. So, and they've got a lot of things in the works, and it's coming out, a lot of stuff going on. It's big time. So, thanks, guys, for all you've been doing in years and stuff you put in. Also like to special thanks to the police department. They are fantastic to work with here. These guys are go above and beyond any other police department ever saw. They're always there if we need them. And they're just, they go above, like I say, I can't believe how good they are, so they really do a great job. When we turn around, they're there. They just don't do police work, they also help us with medical when we need it, especially during the day. There's a couple of them that are EMTs, correct? And that's huge for us. We're super lucky in this town to have these guys, so. And I'd like to special thanks to Brian McCarthy. I always forget to thank Brian. He does all my paperwork, and if anybody knows anything about computers, it's Brian, and anybody that doesn't know anything about computers is myself, so. Brian, thanks a lot for everything you do and getting all the paperwork done for me. You go above and beyond yourself, so. Linda's Diner, thank you. They always sandwiches for chicken barbecue, always delicious. Thanks, Linda. Brittany's Booze Barn for helping out today with the liquor. Every time I say liquor, everybody claps. You guys are popular or something. County Line Stone for generous donation. I don't believe there's anybody here from them. Home Slice for all their appetizers tonight and everything that they always help us out with. Buttercrumbs always helps us out with sending down street rolls and stuff when we need it. More than a mouthful tonight. Fantastic food. Thanks, guys. Come on out. Kitchen, come on out. Thanks, guys. Fantastic job. Fantastic job. Come on, the rest of you guys, get out of here, man. You guys all did it, man. It's a good job. Food was fantastic. Thanks again.
Okay, you guys are all the real heroes now, okay?
Thank you. Thanks for the sound system. For the man, buddy. We'll be dancing tonight. We'll be out there.
Greg, isn't it your birthday?
No. No.
Don't start, Ann.
Don't start, Ann. No.
Don't start, Ann. Don't start.
And another person I really have to thank would be my wife. Thanks so much, honey, for doing this tonight and being there for me every time I need you, so thanks. She puts up with a lot of stuff, trust me, with me. So anybody knows me knows that. How about having Tim Yeager come up? I'm not going to forget this year, Tim. Come on up, and he's going to install all the officers.
You just found out you're installing the officer.
Tim all the way around.
Nah, I talked to him a little bit earlier. Got it.
So as I call your name, if you would just please come up. Obviously, Chief Greg Lang, 452 Dean Eck, and Dan Smith, 453. Captains Tyler Lang, Jim Hale, EMS Captain Dillion Hale, Fire Police Captain Matt Leonard, Safety Officer Justin Rodlin, Lieutenants Megan Stiles, Jacob Stiles, Chris Hale, and then all the fire police from Corfu.
Fire, please.
Yeah, he called out fire, please.
Yeah, but Bruce didn't come up.
Oh, Bruce didn't come up for
Bruce,
fire,
fire,
please.
please.
Perfect, okay. If you would just raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
To uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the bylaws of this fire department,
and the bylaws of this fire department,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office to which I have been elected
the duties of the office to which I have been elected
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities.
You can lower your right hand. As a zoning officer, I now declare the officers of the Corfu Fire District duly installed for the year 2024. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. All right, this group that I still got a couple minutes, I think, right, Amy? I said a half an hour. I got like 2 minutes left? I just would like to quick say something about this group that I got here. They're just a fantastic group to work with. They're very easy to lead because all the help I got, Jayden Eck, Dan Smith, Dean takes care of all the billing and ordering of stuff and the headaches, and Dan Smith takes care of my training. Tyler and Jim Hale, training is unbelievable here. These guys really stay on top of it, getting stuff done, keeping these guys, trained well. Dillion Hale and his beautiful wife there, they both are, don't get caught with not having your bag stocked with the proper stuff, because I'll tell you right now, she's gonna get on you. So, and she makes sure that everybody's bag, especially mine, she's gotta keep an eye on, because I'm laxed on that a little bit. And she'll keep sure everybody's on top of it, which is fantastic, because we need it at calls, we gotta be on top of it. Fire Police Captain, Matt Lenhart's new this year. Matt, congratulations, buddy. I know you can handle it, not a problem. Justin Radlin, Safety Officer, fantastic job with Justin. And Lieutenants Megan Stiles, Jacob Stiles, and Krista Hale. They all participate. The EMS is Krista, which I already talked about, but Jacob Stiles and Megan Stiles, they both keep the trucks up, they keep the air packs tested, they do a lot of work to take a little bit off of our captains. So. And our fire police, thanks guys. And I think that should be it for me. Brad doesn't know this yet again, but he's doing the benediction. Then we're gonna have music. Thanks Bakes again. Expect everybody to get up there and dance. We'll take a couple tables down, especially the EMS people that are here for Mercy. Desserts are out. I see that. Yes. So right after Brad gets done, and then desserts are out.
Thank you. I'll be relatively quick since I could find out I was doing this at the beginning, which is excellent. I guess to start, this is always so humbling, and I truly mean that to be around the people that are in this room, from everybody that's in here, and I think everybody was recognized tonight. One more time for Jim Mallory, please. 70 years is a long time. I was sitting at my table tonight and I was discussing when we graduated, and there were some younger people at my table, and they mentioned 2017, and they made me feel old. So 70 years, I can only imagine the chiefs, the fire trucks, the members, just all the different moving parts, and that leads me to the topic of commitment and sacrifice. So me and my wife were praying the other night, and she actually prayed thanking the firemen for their sacrifice to the community. It's not just the members in here, and I love this dinner because we get to see spouses as well and the children. It's a sacrifice for the entire family, whether you've been here for a year or 5 years. I think that's understood. And just in my mind, and we do have some members up towards 50 years. And with Jim, it's not just, and I'm not downplaying any time or anything that anybody does. Everybody has their thing to benefit the fire department and the community. But with Jim, so I think I'm probably getting close to 20 years or something, I can honestly say, and he's at the end, right? So it's a marathon, not a race. That's how I view it. And throughout those 20 years, I think I've seen Jim Mallory the most. I honestly, truly mean that. More recently, not doing the same stuff, but if there's a call, Jim's there. It's incredible the endurance, the commitment, the sacrifice that his family, his wife, probably his kids. It's not, I don't think a lot of people realize that the dinners that are missed, getting out in the middle of the night. And I think we do it because we love it. Now I'm speaking more as a fireman. So I think if you ask yourself, Especially, and I don't want to dismiss my EMTs. Those, to me, I still, so thankful for you. But at the end of the day, like, I think most people in this room that are in the service would say they probably joined either they're adrenaline junkie, which, I mean, that is what that is, but to help other people, and I think what an important thing that we learn in the process of helping other people, what we don't realize, is that it helps us as well. You can do something for somebody else or to do that, but at the end of the day, it truly is beneficial. And I'm not saying that doesn't come with sacrifice and commitment. Cathy, thank you. So I'm invested too, since she's my grandma. But you gotta see, so growing up in that house with that commitment and sacrifice, I saw the other side of it, right? I was a kid growing up with a grandma, a dad, brothers, just instantly leaving. They're a little bit more gun happy than I am, so they're backing into my car, coming out of the driveway there.
Okay.
So I wasn't gonna tell this story, but I'll be quick. So I'm like, how old was I, 16, 18
I don't know, it was
years
your
old?
first car.
Yeah, so it was my first car, right? I had this 87 Lincoln, it was really nice. I wake up in the morning and my dad's like, hey, you might wanna grab a drink. And I'm like, what? You know, like, I'm getting in trouble, I'm hiding cigarettes at the time. I've changed a lot since then. I was hiding a lot of stuff at that time. But I'm like, why do I need a drink? He's like, I backed into the car last night. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we had a call, I didn't see it, but the door's a little damaged. I go out and I look at my car, it's like the front end's wrecked. But anyway, so I grew up with that, so I sacrificed an 87 Lincoln. I wasn't going here with this story, I'm sorry, man. And I didn't even get a drink out of it, because I was too scared he was going to yell at me. Long story short, and this goes for, as always, the EMTs, the law enforcement, the community as a whole, everything that it takes to, and I know we mentioned a lot of businesses, our coordinators, I don't want to forget about you guys, I don't think this, I know that this is all one working machine, and I know there's issues in the volunteer community with the number of volunteers. I don't think we experience that struggle as much in Corfu. I'm going off my head right here, and I apologize. I'm going to say something that's going to get me in trouble probably, but it's my opinion. I know that like part of the fix is somehow figuring out how to per se pay our members, and I don't disagree with like the retirement aspect and those things. But I think part of the reason that the fire community is so great, and like I said, our medics are completely different. So especially EMTs that drive ambulances and stuff, God bless them, they need more. But one of the things that makes the fire hall great and gives you that camaraderie is because everybody that's here, these people that you're seeing, they don't have to be. They're not, and let's be real, like if you're getting out of bed, I want to work with somebody that I know I'm working with. If you're getting out of bed for $20, like if that's what's going to motivate you, I don't think that's not what the volunteer fire service is about, and I don't know that you're even going to pull the right numbers. And I'm sorry, I didn't really mean to talk about that. I just want to understand, I just want everybody to understand that anybody that's been recognized from our members that have been here for 1 week or for 70 years, like that man chose that for no other satisfaction unless he's an adrenaline junkie than to give a service to his community, right? Like they're choosing to get up in the middle of the night, and that choice is why we have a family, right? Why there is this bond of, and I don't think that's replaceable. I go to work and I'll tell you right now, like I don't know too many people that go to work every day and love everybody they work with. And I understand there's going to be struggles within the fire service too, and that's part of the sacrifice and the commitment. But I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to go off on that tangent. I just wanted to recognize, just the members that are currently standing here and their strict purpose of volunteering. I think we get $300. Where's Steve? Oh, yeah, we get $200 a year, right? So that's the reason I signed up. And then we got a $200 bag break at the end of the year. Sign me up, right? Like, that'll give us more members. But no, that is nice. Don't get me wrong. Thank you for that. Sorry. Okay, I was long-winded and I probably had a lot of people mad at me. But I just, I wanna end and pray. I wanna say one more thing. When I read the Bible, when I think about the Bible, I think it comes down to two major aspects. Love God and love your neighbor. And I think the fire service excels in loving their neighbor more than a lot of other things. And I pray, I'm going to pray that we continue to love on our community and our neighbors like we're called to. So if you don't mind your head, if you don't mind bowing your head, I'm gonna close this off. Lord, I thank you so much for every person in this room and for every bit of sacrifice and commitment that they have given to their community, that they will give to their community. I thank you for all the years of dedication, of service. I thank you for that person that's been here. I pray that they would learn from the people, the members, the wiser people. And I pray that you would keep everybody in this room safe throughout training, throughout anything they may respond to. Lord, just bless this night, and we love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thanks as always, Brad. Great job. All right, I guess my last thing to say is please drive responsibly on the way home. And if you need a ride, if you're having a few cocktails, need a ride, get a hold of me, and Jamie's going to take you home tonight. So, Jamie's our DD. So, all right, thanks, guys.